We came to Cape Horn for wind, and we've had lots of it. Yachting World editor David Glenn and I wanted to find out which were the best and safest techniques in extreme conditions. We've been sailing with Skip Novak. Skip has raced around the world 5 times, and he's spent 24 seasons sailing in the Antarctic. We've heaved to in the Drake Passage, we've anchored in 55 knots of wind, and we rounded Cape Horn in a severe gale 9 gusting to storm force 10. This is the story of Yachting World's heavy weather seamanship series.
Ushuaia, at the tip of South America. We were joining Skip Novak's yacht Pelagic to go storm hunting. But ironically, the wind was so strong the port was closed and we were forced to wait and wait.
Okay, we just left Ushuaia, 6 o'clock in the morning. It was at 5:30 up. And I heard on VHF conversation that the harbour was open, so we're off. We left successfully at 6. It's a grey, cool day, blowing about 20 knots, and we're heading for Port Williams.
Our route was east along the Beagle Channel, south to the Cape Horn archipelago to test storm sailing techniques, before rounding the island of Cape Horn itself. But Ushuaia is in Argentina and Cape Horn is in Chile. So before we could go there, we had to stop at Port Williams in Chile and go ashore to get our passports and our papers stamped. At 55 degrees south, Port Williams is the southernmost town in the world, and there's a real frontier feeling here. For many visitors, the next stop is Antarctica.
Port Williams city centre.
Finally, we were ready to go sailing and start to demonstrate the techniques that Skip has used for exploring these remote waters for 2 decades. Threading our way into bays that have never been charted and finding out how he prepares Pelagic for the storm conditions we were sure we were going to see on the offshore passage to the islands close to Cape Horn.
Behind me is the Cape Horn archipelago. That's where we've come looking specifically for some heavy weather, and as you can see, it's flat calm. But the weather here turns quickly. 2 hours later and the cams had been blasted away and we had more than 40 knots and building. At last we had what we were looking for, the right weather to rig storm sails and try out a trysail. And to rest up and get ready to go round Cape Horn. With 4 reefs in the mainsail and the wind and seas increasing, we headed offshore into the Drake Passage and set a course downwind for Cape Horn. This is a landmark so feared by centuries of sailors that it's earned an almost mythical reputation. Photographs don't prepare you for the sight of the Horn. Close up, its threatening bulk is genuinely awe-inspiring. With 40 plus knots of wind and squalls of 55 rattling through, it was far too windy and rough for us to land safely on the island. And so we sailed on and enjoyed the unexpected beauty of this place as a pod of Peel's dolphins played around the bow of the yacht. At last, we were there. We were Cape Horners. This is the strangest place you could ever sail. Forecasts seemed to mean nothing here. An hour later, it was dead calm again. And then in the Beagle Channel, the wind increased as quickly as it had died.
and we did some more filming and made our way back upwind to Porto Williams. It was so windy when we got there that the Chileans closed the port. Our passports were stamped to show we'd sailed around Cape Horn, and we made the final legs of our journey back to Ushuaia by land and speedboat. Leaving Tierra del Fuego prompts you to reflect on the thrill of sailing to high latitudes and remote places, and why, despite the cold and hostility of the environment, sailors like Skip Novak keep on returning.
Let's be frank, the sailing can be physically tough, at times mentally challenging. But the rewards are many, often profound, sometimes humbling. But that's why we come back for more.